All right, let's dive right in. We're going to tackle a huge idea that you're probably hearing everywhere these days. Is AI basically becoming the new electricity? It's a really powerful question, isn't it? The thought that this AI, could soon be just as basic, just as essential, and maybe even as regulated as the power that keeps our lights on. And the analogy is so popular because it just kind of clicks. It feels right. AI seems like this massive, invisible force. It's powered by just a handful of tech giants, and yet it's already weaving itself into pretty much everything we do. But hang on a second. Is it actually the right comparison? To really get to the bottom of that, we need to take a step back. We have to look at what it actually means to be a utility. And for that, there's no better blueprint than the original, the electric grid. So let's break it down. What makes something like your power company a public utility? Well, it really all comes down to the economics of it. It all kicks off with this idea of a natural monopoly. Just think about it for a second. Imagine if 3 different electric companies tried to run their own power lines to your house. It would be a total mess, right? Super expensive, incredibly wasteful. It just makes way more sense for one single company to build and run the whole grid. And that basic idea gives us what you could call the 3 pillars of a utility. First, you've got that massive, super expensive infrastructure, the power plants, the lines, the whole shebang. Second, there's this deal, this regulatory compact. The company gets to be the only game in town, but in exchange, we, the public, get to have a say in their prices and how they operate. And the third piece, which is crucial, is that the product is completely standard. It's fungible. A kilowatt hour from one place is exactly the same as a kilowatt hour from anywhere else. And really, it all boils down to this, the physical grid itself. The actual wires and poles, that's the linchpin. That's the physical barrier to entry that makes competition pretty much impossible. Now, remember that point. It is absolutely key to this entire conversation. Okay, so we've got our electricity blueprint. Now let's hold AI up against it. And you know what? At first glance, the parallels are pretty shocking. This is where the analogy gets really juicy. Back then, electricity needed giant, centralized power plants. Today, AI runs on massive, centralized data centers. And the cloud, well, the cloud is the new grid. And the sheer scale here is just mind-boggling. Get this, by 2030, it's projected that data centers, mostly for AI, could be eating up almost 10% of all electricity in the US. We're talking about an infrastructure build-out that's on par with the original electric grid. It's huge. And just like what happened with electricity a century ago, this has created a massive concentration of power. The whole AI infrastructure market is basically an oligopoly. You've got Amazon, Microsoft, and Google controlling the new grid that pretty much everyone else has to plug into.
So as AI gets baked into everything, I mean healthcare, finance, you name it, having so much power in so few hands, well, it's making people nervous. And it's leading to calls for public oversight, the very same kind of calls that led to regulating electricity all those years ago.
The case seems pretty solid, right? It feels like we've got a match. But this is the moment where we have to hit the brakes and ask the really tough question. Is this analogy actually as perfect as it looks on the surface? Because you see, once you start digging a little deeper, the whole comparison starts to wobble. And it really starts to fall apart when you look at the product itself. The very nature of AI is just fundamentally different. It really comes down to 4 big, critical differences. AI isn't a uniform thing like electricity. It's a custom service. It's fueled by unique data, not a generic commodity like coal. It's constantly changing, like software. And maybe most importantly, it's delivered over the internet, which is a competitive space, not a physical monopoly. And this, right here, this is the absolute heart of it. Electricity is a resource. Its value is that it is always the same. A flip of the switch, and you get exactly what you expect. AI, on the other hand, is a non-fungible service. Its value comes from the complete opposite, its ability to be different, customized, specialized. The answer you get from one AI model is not a simple replacement for the answer you get from another. I mean, look at it side by side. The differences are just crystal clear. One is a stable, identical commodity delivered over a monopoly network. The other is a dynamic, ever-changing service delivered over a competitive one. They are just fundamentally different animals. So, okay, if AI isn't a utility, then what is it? What does its future actually look like? And the big one, how in the world are we supposed to govern it? The answer isn't some single, simple utility model. No way. The right way to think about AI is as a really complex ecosystem with a bunch of different layers that all behave differently. Think of it like a stack with three main layers. Down at the very bottom, you have the infrastructure, the cloud providers. And yeah, that layer looks and feels a lot like a utility. But then you move up to the model layer, which is actually getting more competitive. And at the very top, you have the application layer. And that's just a wild west of creativity and innovation. So if you want to govern this thing smartly, you can't just use a sledgehammer. You need a scalpel. This layered view lets us be precise. It means we can apply that tough, utility-like oversight to the powerful infrastructure at the bottom, making sure everyone gets fair access. But at the same time, we use a much lighter touch on the model and application layers up top. That way, we can let competition run wild and make sure the best ideas win. In the end, this is the whole point. We can't just try to cram this incredibly dynamic, fast-moving technology into a box that was built 100 years ago. The real challenge, our challenge, is to invent a totally new playbook, one that's smart enough and flexible enough for the age of AI. And that leaves us with the biggest question of all, doesn't it? The whole point of the utility model was to make sure an essential service actually served the public. So if that model doesn't fit AI, what's the new model going to be? How do we make sure that this incredibly powerful technology ends up benefiting all of us, not just a few? That's the puzzle we all have to solve.